Here's how to use this video. Part 1. Relax and enjoy the story. Part 2. Listen again and write down 10 sentences from the story in the dictation section. Focus on vocabulary, spelling, and pronunciation while you listen.
Rosie and the Journey to Bloom. Once upon a time, in a beautiful garden full of colorful flowers, there lived a tiny rosebud named Rosie. She grew on a green rose bush near a small stone path. Around her were tall sunflowers, dancing daisies, and bright tulips that swayed gently in the wind. Every morning, Rosie woke up to the sound of birds singing sweet songs in the trees. Dewdrops sparkled on her leaves like tiny diamonds. The warm sun shone softly over the garden, making everything glow with golden light. But Rosie felt sad. She looked at the other flowers and sighed. "They are all so big and beautiful," she whispered. "I am only a little green bud." One sunny afternoon, a cheerful yellow butterfly flew down and landed beside Rosie. "Hello, little bud, sorry," said the butterfly happily. "Why do you look so worried?" Rosie lowered her head. "I want to become a beautiful flower, but I think I'm too small. What if I never bloom?" The butterfly smiled kindly. "Oh, Rosie, every flower blooms at the perfect time. You must learn to be patient." Rosie thought carefully about the butterfly's words. The next morning, dark clouds covered the sky and gentle rain began to fall. Tiny drops of water rolled down Rosie's petals and soaked into the soil below. "I don't like rainy days," Rosie said quietly. But the old rose bush beside her chuckled warmly. "The rain helps your roots grow strong," it explained. "Without rain, flowers cannot bloom." Rosie listened closely. Day after day, nature helped her grow. The warm sunlight gave her energy. The fresh rain gave her water. The rich brown soil fed her roots with nutrients. Cool breezes made her stem stronger. Slowly, Rosie began to change. Her tiny green bud became larger and rounder. Her stem grew tall and healthy. One morning, Rosie noticed something wonderful. Tiny pink petals were peeking out from inside her bud. "Oh," Rosie cried excitedly, "I'm growing." The bees buzzed around her happily. "You are doing great, Rosie," said a fuzzy little bee. "Soon the whole garden will see your beauty." Rosie felt hope for the first time. As the days passed, her petals slowly opened little by little. Each morning, she stretched wider toward the sun. Her soft pink color became brighter and brighter. Then, one magical spring morning, the golden sunlight touched Rosie gently. The birds sang louder than ever before. The wind danced softly through the garden. Rosie took a deep breath. Very slowly, she opened her petals wide. Pop! At last, Rosie had bloomed into a magnificent pink rose. Her petals were soft as silk. Her sweet fragrance floated through the garden. Bees and butterflies gathered around her happily. The butterfly returned and smiled proudly. "Look at you now, Rosie. You were always meant to bloom." Rosie looked at her reflection in a tiny puddle of water. She could hardly believe how beautiful she had become.
In this second part, you will write down 10 dictation sentences. You will hear each sentence 3 times, and after each reading, there will be a 20-second pause for you to write. Are you ready? Let's begin.
Once upon a time, in a beautiful garden full of colorful flowers, Once upon a time, in a beautiful garden full of colorful flowers, Once upon a time, in a beautiful garden full of colorful flowers, Once upon a time, in a beautiful garden full of colorful flowers, Rosie woke up to the sound of birds singing sweet songs in the trees. Rosie woke up to the sound of birds singing sweet songs in the trees. Rosie woke up to the sound of birds singing sweet songs in the trees. Rosie woke up to the sound of birds singing sweet songs in the trees. She looked at the other flowers and sighed. 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 Rosie lowered her head. Rosie lowered her head. Rosie lowered her head. Rosie lowered her head. The butterfly smiled kindly. The butterfly smiled kindly. The butterfly smiled kindly. The butterfly smiled kindly. I don't like rainy days. 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 Rosie listened closely. Rosie listened closely. Rosie listened closely. Rosie listened closely. Slowly, Rosie began to change. 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 Rosie felt hope for the first time. Rosie felt hope for the first time. Rosie felt hope for the first time. Rosie felt hope for the first time.